Hello friends and welcome back to Hades. Oh yes, here we go. Whew, looking forward to this. House of Hades, escape attempt 8, 461 darkness, last played, that might have said today. No, it didn't. It did say last week. That's weird. I did load it up. I guess it doesn't save because I always load up the game so I can so I can quit to menu so that it starts on the menu, which is always nice. I think we spent our darkness last time. We have 100 darkness, but I don't think we actually want to spend it. I didn't want to get more boiling blood for the time being. I think it's a cool skill, bonus attack and special damage to foes with the what's it called, the bloodstone in them when you use your cast. But I think firstly, it's a thing you really have to spend time focusing on. And also, a lot of the casts, like the cast we had last time, I don't think it puts a bloodstone in an enemy, because we had the fancy fog, or whatever it's called, the festive fog, I believe. And also the spin blades don't seem to use they don't put bloodstones in because they create anything that creates like an area of effect. It just drops the bloodstone as soon as the effect ends, whereas some casts target a single enemy and then they have a bloodstone locked into them. I think we did a lot of chatting. Hi Ariva, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. We're doing a little bit later today. I've been watching America primarily, and also I was watching one of my friends, James, play some Yakuza 7. So we're running a little bit later than normal, but that's fine. We're going to play some Hades for a little bit. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a pleasant day. Hopefully my internet stays up. I said just at the start of the stream, but it's been a little bit spotty today, but I'm hoping it will be alright. What should we use? I guess we could use anything. None of these weapons have bonus darkness. Well, it looks like maybe this weapon does, but we haven't unlocked it. So I guess let's try the spear. We haven't done many. We've only done one run with the spear. We've got this spin attack. Does it get wider? Okay, there's a 50 damage there. Doesn't seem to be any different if you... No, it doesn't seem to be more damage if you have... You're good, thanks, good to hear. I'm doing pretty well, thank you. And then dash strike. The dash strike I think is like an AoE. Yeah, kind of. It's a little weird to look at. 20 damage, whereas a regular strike is 25. So the dash actually does less, but it hits in a wider area. So good to bear in mind, because this takes a little bit of time to charge.
All right, I'm back.
Does seem like this gets bigger. I think the flashes when it's reached max range, but that's pretty quick to get to. It's not a big difference between when you can start spinning and when you reach max range. Anyway,
Give me strength.
let's go with it. I believe we changed our trinket out, so instead we have less health than we have been having, which could mean we die more, but we also have that little skull down in the very bottom left that I believe is like, it functions as an extra revive. Okay, chain skewer. We haven't used any of these because they've all got the fated choice scroll next to them. Your special hits up to 7 foes, dealing 30% base damage for each. That's actually really interesting. I wonder if that stacks up as it hits each one, or if it deals the bonus damage to all of them. Your special deals plus 50% damage, plus 50% critical chance on recovery, so when you pull it back, or your spin attack deals 125% damage. I want to try this chain skewer. I'm interested to see how this works.
Just right.
So obviously it doesn't seem to do anything right there. So it just kind of oh, that seems cool. It just chains between them, and it seems like it does do more damage. The damage stacks up because we killed the second one before the first one, so it seems like every time you hit an enemy it's going to add 30% damage. And if you get to the 7th one, obviously you're going to have hit 6 enemies, so you're going to be doing like 180% damage, which is almost triple damage. Hi Martin, hope you're doing well. Missed hearing my lovely voice, thank you very much. Yeah, like I was saying, I've been watching a lot of CNN because it's been an interesting day in America, and I was fascinated to see how it would play out. Which is, you know, it played out pretty much as expected, to be honest, but it was interesting to keep an eye on. Also, I've been watching one of my friends play some Yakuza, so we're playing a little bit later than normal today. And also, my internet has been spotty. I was kind of hoping it would calm down. We'll see. We'll see if it has calmed down. But looking forward to playing some Hades. If it does go down, it will probably only go down for a few minutes. So, you know, if you're not in a rush to go anywhere, then bear with me and we'll bring the stream back up. But hopefully that won't happen. You know, I'd rather not unnecessarily I'd rather not unnecessarily have to bring the stream back up, obviously. Okay, looks like we've got another chaos thing here. Now, we do have less health, I was saying, because we picked up the... we've now got the... Can I look at my things? No. And this doesn't pause. But I have the this lucky tooth now. So we have less health. But in its place, we will have a revive when our life total is depleted once per escape attempt. And we do now have some more health. So that kind of makes up for it. You keep hearing this is the shit, but you hate roguelikes. You try not to watch the news. That's fair. You know, I go back and forth now. I try not to get too stuck into it, but I quite enjoy watching when there's like a big proceeding going on, a big event. I enjoy watching that. It really does depend what it is. You know, when the news is, when it's like real bad news. You know, I'll take it in and then I'll just turn it off. You know, it's bad to sit and dwell on it. You're bad at roguelikes. Yeah, Connor here with his hot takes. I like roguelikes. I mean, that's not really a surprise. This one, it seems like this one's won over a lot of people who don't like roguelikes. It's almost more of a roguelite to get into those nuances because we want keys here. Because there's upgrades that you get over the course of the game.
More witches.
Which make it easier the more you play. So, and then there are ways to make it harder. Like if you beat the game, there are ways to make it harder. Also, the narrative works in a way where you're going to be getting more narrative every time you finish a run. Like even if you don't win the run, you're going to get more narrative. So that you're going to be kind of compelled to keep playing. Whereas like Binding of Isaac, I wouldn't classify as a story-heavy game. That's like Binding of Isaac, of course, like the roguelike that wasn't the first roguelike, but the one that kind of, I think, really kicked the genre off in a big way. You could only... There wasn't a ton of story in that game, but you only got story each time you finished it. And finished it with different characters. Whereas this, you're going to get story constantly. The game is balanced. I've not seen anyone who played the game who said like, oh, I ran out of story before I finished it. Everyone seems to have finished it before they ran out of story. And if you really, really like... just don't want to struggle with it, they also have this god mode where basically every time you die they will add a little bit of damage resistance to your character. So every time you die, as well as the other benefits that you unlock, which is you know, you see up, can I scroll up to the things up the top here? I can. Okay, so you see these purple things up the top we've unlocked. So we deal 50% damage when we attack enemies from behind. We restore health when we go to new chambers. We get one chance to resurrect after we die. We can do additional dashes. These are all things we've unlocked that we didn't have when we first started playing the game. So you do get stronger over time, and that's happened pretty quickly. There's, you know, but then if you still like, I still kind of am struggling with it. The God mode, I've heard a couple of people who use the God mode. Tom Francis said that he used the God mode, and I know like he really liked it. And he actually said he played with the God mode, which by the time he beat the game, he had like I think it was over 50% damage resistance. So he was taking basically half damage from everything of what you would do by default. And he said that as soon as he beat the game, he turned it off and he immediately beat the game again because he had learnt the enemies better, because he'd been able to get better at the game while the damage resistance was active. So there's a lot of cool functionality. It feels like they've balanced it really well. Supergiant are really smart, you know, in their game design.
You finally arrive. Perhaps we could go out and meet some mortals. I know all too many maidens and or noble gentlemen who'd absolutely love to get to know you.
You've been enjoying people playing it, and you're hooked on a Greek mythology webcomic that's heavily swaying you into getting it. that seems reasonable. Yeah, people seem really into the story. I've only gotten little glimpses, like, because I was like, well, I know Supergiant are great at the story, but all I've seen is just like these little bits of dialogue. But it seems like as you piece those bits of dialogue together, there is a ton of stuff. And I know even after you've beaten the game and you've seen credits, there is apparently more story. You can just keep playing and they keep adding little nuggets in. I like the way that they've adapted all the different gods from what I've seen so far. It's cool. Ship the game. Everyone's horny for the gods. Yeah, it does seem a little bit like that for sure. The way they interact with stuff is cool. I was going to suggest something else, but I don't remember what it was. So, okay. I think I want to take this purely because I like to have damage on the dash. Although we'll get a good dash at some point, so maybe it's attack 50% more damage is actually pretty good. Maybe I will take that. I like to have damage on the dash because that lets us break things with the dash, but weak on the dash is not the most compelling thing. As we don't have as much health, I'm tempted to go for health. Usually buying health is 125, and you get about 100 coins from a coin room, at least that I've seen so far. So, worthwhile doing this. Greek mythology is inherently horny. That's very true, exactly. So enemies in this... Enemies will stagger. You see, this enemy can't do anything to us because as long as we keep hitting it, like as soon as we stop, they'll be able to dash at us. But if we keep hitting them, they can't do anything. This guy has armor, and so while his health bar is yellow, he won't be interrupted by our attacks. But as soon as we break that, he can't do anything. And that's pretty consistent as far as I've seen. Enemies that have armor won't be interrupted by your attacks, but other enemies will. Is there anything back here? It seems like there should be something back here, but I don't think there is. The horny chat has got you sold. That's all Connor needed to hear. His dislike for roguelikes overplayed by the promise of some horny action. Fantastic. It's cool. I really like what I've played of it so far. Oh, that counts as a backstab too. When you pull it back, that's really interesting because obviously it comes from behind, so we're getting that bonus. So when we throw it out, we're getting a bunch of damage because we're chaining it through enemies, and we have a skill where as it chains through enemies, it deals additional damage for each enemy it hits. But then also when we pull it back, we're getting 50% backstab damage on them. So fantastic. What a wonderful way to go. I do like Ares a lot, and that this works out because this is a shop, we don't have a lot of money, so we'll go see Ares, who hopefully will give us some Doom. Doom is one of my favorite effects in the game so far, and again, I've done 8 runs. This is I think our 4th time playing Hades. Okay, we got mini boss. These guys are kind of dangerous. You've got to watch out for their AoEs. The other thing I'll say, I watched a bunch of this game. I bought this game ages ago in early access because I trust Supergiant. I have liked all their games, but I wanted to wait for full release to play it. And I watched a bunch of it, and when I was watching it, I was like, I'm having a hard time passing this game. Like, I'm not actually sure if I'm going to be good at this. I'm finding it difficult to read the enemies. And then as soon as I played it, it wasn't a problem. I think just something about watching it. And weirdly, after I started playing it, I've been able to watch it and find it easier to watch as well. But I think when I was playing it without having ever, when I was watching it without ever having played it myself, I found it a bit weird to read what was happening on screen.
Infernal spear. I thought it lost. Have you any idea how many lives it drank during your father's glory days?
Yeah, the key for these games is finding out what pairs out well. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, like now I've played it more, I find it easier to see what's going on. Call turns into an impervious blade rift. This is pretty good. This is good damage. It lasts for, I guess, it lasts for 5 seconds instead of, it's 4 charges. So it's not actually much different unless it's like an extra 5 seconds, which would be 10 seconds total basically. After slaying a foe, oh, that seems really good. That's basically 3 times damage. It's only on the next attack, which is not that much. but that still seems pretty good. I mean, obviously it's going to be less good against strong enemies, but I also like the Blade Rift dash. That is pretty good. I'm going to try this Battle Rage out. I want to see how it works, or how it feels, I guess. It's only one hit, I think, but given that we can chain 7 enemies with our spear, and also we can hit multiple enemies with... This goes a long way. It will penetrate through all the enemies, and obviously the spin if we want to use it.
Your Highness.
Oh, hello, Sisyphus.
Said, must look like I'm slacking off with the old boulder here, but I was just getting back on my feet. The Fury Sisters don't often leave me be. Where'd they go, anyway? And, what are you doing here?
Oh, you know, just out on a little stroll is all. Do me a favor, though. You see the Fury Sisters. Let them know I was headed down the way I came from, will you?
Oh, I'll let them know, all right. I hear you loud and clear, Your Highness. I'll just go about my business now, and you take care.
Okay, now he'll either heal us, he'll give us a bunch of darkness, or he'll give us some money. Now, darkness permanent upgrade, or money, which is going to be good for this run, but we lose it when we die. You don't carry it between runs. I'm going to take the money because at the moment we don't have a lot to spend darkness on in our mirror, and I want to prioritize unlocking the new weapon with our keys rather than unlocking more mirror upgrades, because I want to try the new weapon out.
Then here you go.
Thank you, mate.
Godspeed and all.
I do like that Sisyphus is just doing his thing all the time. Oh, these enemies have lasers. They're dangerous. Whoa.
Saved some for everyone.
I also need to be careful. I presume that even if I just do this randomly, it will count as my next attack. So that buff will be wasted. Oh, the +2. I was like, what's this +2? But I guess that means I have 2 additional, like... I don't remember what these are called, but 2 additional buffs. Okay, so we have a choice of this double thing, which is an Aphrodite Ares thing, or we could get a Palm of Power, which upgrades one of the things we have. I want to try one of these again, because it was cool last time. We got both buffs in the end. We had to pick one and then fight the other god to get the other buff. Okay. So... we can go to either Aphrodite or Ares. I kind of know what Ares does, so I'm tempted to go to Aphrodite first. Also,
I very much appreciate
she's kind of cute. Although, I don't know, I like Ares' look as well, to be fair. He's got a good look to him. Your special deals more damage and inflicts weak. That would be cool. Special damage 80%, and we're using our special a lot. Weak damage reduction is nice, so weak means that enemies do less damage to you. Or 36% bonus life gain, which is nice, but I think we're using our special a lot. Almost doubling the damage of it would be pretty cool.
A disappointing choice, my kin, and there are consequences to such choices every single time.
I love the goose emote. It's fantastic. I like that he
Did what I had to do.
it's like he comment. I think it like that's a specific comment because we've already like we've fought Ares in one of these before, so he's like, hey, you did this last time and I'm still annoyed about it. Okay, we made it though. Wasn't too bad. We took a little bit of damage there.
When blood is spilled and death is dealt, I simply cannot remain discontented for too long.
It's like, all right, okay, I was annoyed at you, but then you killed a load of stuff, and that was pretty cool. Yeah, the aesthetic of the characters in this game is great. They've done good work. I mean, I feel like the Greek gods have been depicted so many times, it's difficult to have your own unique spin and make it work, but I think they've done a great job. They do feel pretty distinct. After you take damage, inflict Doom. Doom is really nice. I like Doom. Do I want the call? We haven't got a call yet, but we also haven't got a blade damage. I like the blade rift quite a bit. It's quite good if enemies are chasing you because they'll run straight through it. So I'm going to take that. Calls are good, but I feel like I'd rather, at least at the moment, I'd rather be better at just playing the game than relying on the calls, which are kind of automated, not win buttons, but you know, it's just a straight bonus of like, oh, you're gonna hit this button and be incredibly powerful for a few seconds, which is cool, don't get me wrong, but I would rather that I got better at the basic mechanics of fighting than got through an encounter just purely because I managed to charge up my big meter. Yeah, see, look at that. Enemies chasing you through. Perfect. It's a beautiful game. Yeah, the I cannot remember the name of the lead artist at Supergiant, but they're fantastic. All four of their games are just stunning. But they're a pretty small team, so definitely go look them up if you haven't looked into Supergiant that much. 50% damage to armor for 6 encounters, pretty nice. Or more cast, also cool. I'll take the heal. For 39 gold, I'll heal back up. Is there anything else in here? I feel like I've started to get... Oh, I need to remember to get these chests that have gold in that we started unlocking. So again, that's another thing. Like now we find chests with gold in, or not chests, but vases that have gold in, which we didn't have before. So yet another way for us to be a bit stronger. Okay, nothing else here. Hi Frosty, good to see you. Yeah, I definitely look up Supergiant. Supergiant are a really cool team. They do great work. And I love I love their other 3 games. This feels very much like the culmination. Like, this kind of plays like Bastion, but a more like a further developed form of Bastion, which was already a game that played really well. The kind of isometric combat. It has all the like narrative hooks of Pyre. Pyre is a game that is really about like gathering a bunch of people in your party and the ways that the members of your party grow to interact with each other, and like the different rivalries they have or the different friendships they have, which feels very much like what they're doing with the gods here. And then Transistor, which is maybe my favorite of their games, like the core mechanic of that is that you would get a bunch of different skills, but you could use one skill to buff another, or you could use like skill A to buff skill B, or you could use skill B to buff skill A, and every time the ways that you like overlap the skills had different effects. Is a really interesting system that feels like they've kind of brought it in for the way that the buffs in this play out. I'm gonna get another buff. Speaking of,
Should come in useful.
Ooh, gain hearts when you pick up nectar and you receive 1 nectar. That's nice. Less damage at 40%. Or we could get some festive fog, and I do like the festive fog quite a lot. And it's every 0.25 seconds. Maybe that was what it was before. I'm gonna get the festive fog because I'm not using my cast otherwise.
Got to say, you are a sight for sore eyes there, Charon. So, looks like you're selling. Is that it? You come to help me out?
What are you selling? What are you buying?
Brilliant.
Thanks very much, Karen. Have a nice day. Festive fog, to say another way you say you're drunk. But kind of, I guess. I mean, I feel like the first time we got it off Dionysus, so...
As I could.
I heard what happened. You crossed the river of flame.
We did.
You did it.
We did cross the river of flame.
It was a total bastard, though. Bastards. But you sound practically impressed with me there, Meg. I feel so flattered.
Yeah, I can't see you. I got the festive fog, you know. I'm just a little out of it.
You'll soon feel something else.
Oh.
I don't know how you did it, but it changes nothing.
Her voice is so good. Her voice actor is fantastic. Great work. Oh, not dodging out of the way there. I really want to get her to dash into my blade rifts, but I feel like that might be asking too much. Oh, no, I think we got a little bit there. I also need to remember to backstab her for bonus damage. I need to remember that after I kill an enemy, I get bonus damage if I can hit her. Bad. See, I think I'm attacking too many times and I'm burning my... Unless it doesn't count when you don't hit. No, I think it probably does count when you don't hit. I keep forgetting to use my Festive Fog as well. Why did I get it? I mean, I say I keep forgetting, I've only just got it, but I need to remember to use it. Okay, we got it. I took a lot of damage there. That wasn't a great fight. Top killer wife material.
I did it.
She sounds like the Disney Meg a little. I could hear it. I'd have to hear Disney Meg again. It's been a while, but I could definitely hear that. Okay, we did it. We made it through, just about. Yeah, I gotta remember to use my cast. Hi, Wongo.
Well, Father.
Yeah, I was forgetting about my Festive Fog. I only just got it, but
Enjoy the searing heat of Asphodel.
thanks very much. Very kind of you to think of me. Okay, what do we got here? Restore 10% of your health when you enter a chamber. That's 30% heal. Pretty good. We get a little bit of money. A little bit of money's not bad. It is only 33 gold, but we could sell something. I don't know if we're going to want to sell any of our stuff at the moment. I don't know that I love the Battle Rage. I don't think it's doing us that well, but also I don't desperately feel any need to sell it. Let's take the healing.
Till next time, Tartarus.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the deep voice. It's good. It's very strong. Okay.
Love that sulfur smell.
Oh yeah. Love the smell of sulfur in the morning. Let's have a little look out over Asphodel.
This place has definitely seen better days.
It's nice. I like the whole stacked Colosseum aesthetic you've got going on. Yeah, their interaction is good. Like, there's definitely like a there's definitely like she doesn't really want to be fighting him, but she has to, and she keeps getting in trouble because she keeps letting him win. Or not letting him win, but he keeps beating her.
The gods have spoken.
certainly something, don't you think so, cuz? Normally I'd stop for no one here, but when it comes to her, exceptions must be made.
Indeed. Indeed, Hermes. Yeah, love what you've done with the place. Yeah, exactly. Great little quips. Zagreus' quips are fantastic. Okay, what do we got here? Quickly dash to recover health you just lost. That's cool. I feel like I do dash after I take health. Specialist faster is okay. I don't feel like my special's too slow. 10% is okay. It's not like amazing. I want to try this quick recovery. Because I feel like I do often dash after I get hit instinctively just because I'm slow to react. So I just happen to be dashing after I take damage. Almost by, not by coincidence, but because I've dashed slightly too late to not get hit. Okay, what we got here? We've got a Palm of Power, and we've also got money. I'll take the money for now.
Steady now.
I do like the things we have. You want a God of War crossover where you lose buffs as Kratos kills them off. I like it. I like it. Man, I gotta those things that those guys send out, the purple beams, I feel like I have trouble like recognizing them as a threat.
More coming.
Also, they speed up the closer they get to you, so you have to be careful of that. There we go. That wasn't too bad. And we get 100 gold, which is what I was expecting. I don't know if that's a World 2 thing or if it's always 100 gold wherever you go. Just looking around to see we haven't missed anything important. Doesn't look like it. Okay, we have a decent chunk of change here. We could go to the shop. I do like Artemis as well. But let's go to the shop. I still want to get a good... the gold from Runewords is always 100. Yeah, it seems that way. Yeah, that's the thing. So that's kind of what I was saying, Martin, is... when I was watching the game, I was like, I can't tell what is my stuff and what's the enemy stuff. And I think once you play it, it feels more normal because you're the one putting out the stuff. I still sometimes get a little bit lost in the antics. Okay, now do I want Zeus or do I want health? Because I can't afford both. Our health is okay. I think maybe I take the Zeus buff.
I'll take it.
Okay. Cool makes lightning rapidly strike nearby foes. That sounds great because I don't need to worry about I don't have to worry about using it correctly. I can just have it going. I like that. I'm gonna try that.
The Thunder God's might.
That's just like we can get some AoE damage. I'm always loath to buy this when it's not like I'm only gonna get 15 health out of this. Do we still have our... I think we used up our 3... Yeah, we did. Our 3 room heals. But at the same time, even though it's not a great thing, like you only have... Well, I was going to say you only have 1 life. We have 3 lives, but you only have, you know... When you die, you die. So maybe I should take the health. The battles get very busy looking. Yeah, that is the thing. I definitely have found... And especially the first time you do an encounter, it does feel a little... Oh, right, okay. I was like, why can't I move? It's because we're on this big boat. Is he impervious to fog? Damn it. Give him that big backstab. Okay.
Come on out.
Gotta remember to use my special chain as well. Also, I will say, like, a lot of attacks home in on enemies, and while that can sometimes end up with things not going quite where you want them to, I do feel like, generally speaking, I'm finding most attacks are at least going to a target that I want to hit, even if it's not exactly the target I would have aimed for.
In the name of Hades.
Okay. Crush shot, your cast. We've already got a cast, so you see, I guess that's that icon in the top left. And they do say will replace, so don't necessarily want to replace my my cast. Bonus life gain from health rewards, or when foes are slain, they damage nearby foes and inflict weak. I do like that. I do like that kind of thing. Bonus life gain is nice. That is quite a decent chunk of bonus life gain. But I really like the... I like this kind of skill. I like skills that when you kill an enemy, it damages enemies around it, because then you just get big chain reactions, and they're always fun. And it inflicts weak, which means we're going to take less damage. So that may counteract the less healing because we didn't take the other buff. Because yeah, I'm not good at bullet hell stuff, and so some of these enemies can I can get in real trouble. Let's try the call out. This is going to be pretty short because we're only using one level of it, but... Okay, you see how wide that area is? It's pretty wide. You know, obviously in a big room like this, it's not as noticeable, but it's pretty good. It's a pretty good area of effect. I think that circle around it must be when it comes back to you, because if you wait long enough to pick up... Like, normally you have to go up and pick up the bloodstone to use your cast again. Like, after you fire it out, it will drop the bloodstone. You have to go pick it back up. It seems like if you wait long enough, it will just come back to you naturally. So if it's inaccessible, you will still get it back. You just have to wait a while. Okay, well, I don't see any vases, which is what I'm basically looking for. Are vases or any kind of challenge chests. Yes, who's everyone's favourite ancient Greek god? That's an interesting question. I don't know. That is a good question. I am somewhat partial to Dionysus. I'm not a big wine guy, but I like partying. Or even actually, I don't even like partying that much. I think I just like his vibe. Like, the idea of having a god for that is kind of cool. But I don't know if he's my favourite. I'll have to ponder on that one. I might take the health here. I think, you know, it's probably going to be... We're in a point where it's good to sort of start banking our health up a little bit. Artemis. Artemis is good. I like Artemis in this quite a bit, I think. Her depiction is pretty cool. You're gonna say Artemis, but you can say Artemis. That's fine. Just do a ranking of Greek gods. I've been watching a load of tier list videos recently, or like rankings, mostly from Northern Lion, to be honest. And most of them are quite old at this point. I think they're about a year old. But I'm just thinking about tier lists. I love doing tier lists, even if I'm not qualified to speak on things. They're just fun. It's fun to rank things, you know. I do like Poseidon. Poseidon is good. Athena is your second. That's fair. Big fan of owls. Okay, we've got 100 gold. Now for 100 gold, we can't buy a boon and we can't buy a heart. So probably not the best move to go to the shop in this case. We do have a thing here though. I'll make sure I get that. Restore health. I would love to restore health. Not too worried about a chaos gate at the moment. I think our run's going okay. Don't really need to do the big gamble. Yeah, you just like all the A's. Okay. This is a free pom. Sinister.
Power of Olympus.
Okay, so we could buff up our attack, we could buff up our special, or we could buff up our cast. 160. It's an extra like 32% or an extra 20%. I feel like I'm using my attack more than my special, but I don't know if that's... Maybe I should use the special more. Our special's got more on it already, I think. Yeah, because it's got plus 80, although it's 25 base, I think. I think our attack is also 25 though. I'm gonna take more special.
Pom power.
I want to use my special more. Hades and Persephone is a good story. Yeah, absolutely. I'll say some of the Hades Persephone stuff. We've only seen a little bit of this story so far, but it seems like they're playing into some of that here. Okay.
Touch me and I shall have your head.
All of them. All of your heads. So 53 and 106. Whereas this is doing 45 a hit. So yeah, we definitely want to use our special. It's going to be more effective when we have an enemy to... Also, we can use it from range, which is nice. I'm going to save my call up for now. I don't feel like I need to use it quite yet. Having other enemies is great because it's going to let us stack up the damage on our special. Okay, see that time I was trying to throw that to the right and it went left, so that does sometimes go not the way you were intending, but it's not too bad. Destroy the eggs. I was actually safe there because I was behind cover and I moved out of the way. But you've got to watch out for those big volleys. We got good range on him though, at least. Okay, we're almost on full call as well, so we can bust that out briefly. Okay, that's done well. That's done us very well. I want my calls back, or my casts back rather. Okay, and we're back to the big boy. Just gotta make sure I don't take too much unnecessary damage here, but I think we're okay. There we go. Note to self, don't touch the bone snake. Frosty, I mean, I might as well like get that tattooed because I need to remember to do that. I have to remind myself of that every single day.
Got some heft.
Bone Snake was the name of your hair metal cover band. Okay, there we go. So the first time, that's the first time we've beaten the Bone Hydra with the spear. I can't remember what we did it with. Maybe with like the shield. So we get the diamond. And we get to move on. I'll just check we're not missing anything obvious, but not normally much in the boss arenas. Hey everybody, we're Bone Snake. I hope you're having a good night.
Good.
This next song's called Hades and Persephone. Wow! Okay, we could purge. Okay, this is the purge thing. We don't want to purge anything at the moment. I like what we have. Bone Snake was your nickname in college. Excellent, there it is. I'm going to take this heal again. This sustained heal is good.
Here then.
We don't have a lot more money, so we're not buying anything else, but I would have prioritized that anyway. Okay,
Then.
and we are here.
Cheers.
Back once again in what's this place called? I've forgotten. We've only been here like twice, so
Elysium.
there we go. Thank you, Zagreus. Elysium, back in Elysium.
Wow.
This should be in a hair metal band. Hell yeah. It'd be fun. I think it would be a fun thing to do. I don't know. I feel like I don't have the stage presence, maybe. And I don't know that I have the... You've got to have a lot of confidence to do hair metal because you've really got to give it the 110% on stage. You know, you've got to be fully committed to being over the top. I want more health here. I do like what we have. It'd be nice to get some Dionysus. But... we get some hangover. Hangover is pretty good, but I think a bit more health is going to do as well. Yeah, and like I can commit to a thing, but
Time to fight.
having that confidence to just really go in on it. Oh, these guys have so much more health. Look at this. And I think they turn into these little eggs that you have to destroy, and if you don't destroy the egg, they come back. Why is there a spear just like there? That's weird. Okay, egg down. Oh, there's a chest in here as well. Oh, that's the death egg. Lots of eggs in Elysium. There's the eye eggs that come out of the enemies that you have to destroy. There's the death eggs that respawn and blow up. Eggs galore. Alright, let's compare damage again here. So we're doing like 40, 45 a hit. If I throw... See, look how much more damage I'm doing now. I should just be doing this all the time. I know it comes out slower, so that's the downside. And I guess, like, if you have one enemy, you can just stun lock them with the main attack. But I don't know if you can... Okay, you can kind of stop them releasing the stuff with that. Perfect.
Time's up.
Yeah, these eggs keep coming back every so often. They're scary.
Stronger.
Okay, we may well do that chest, but I'll have a quick look around first. What do we have coming up? We got a hammer. Hammers are really good. Dionysus, probably also quite good, but I probably will go for the hammer because the weapon upgrades from the hammer seem really nice. I guess we'll do a trove trial. We've got a lot of... I don't know how quick we kill stuff. Although if it's a... Oftentimes they put lots of enemies in. And so those can be kind of nice for... Those can be kind of nice for our build because we have the stacking damage. Oh gosh, these chariots. I will say, one of the scary things about this area is these guys... Okay, we did it.
I expected more from the exalted.
So with the treasure trove, you want to kill them as quickly as possible because the reward ticks down. So we had 50 darkness, and it ticks down the more you do it. And if one of those guys respawns, that's going to really, really slow down the time that you have. Once you have the pompadour hair, is pompadour good for hair metal? I guess it is hair, right? I always think of the longer hair. Confidence is in the hair. I remember one of my very good friends and flatmates at university, a guy called Nick. We used to go to a metal night at a pub way out of town when I was in uni in Exeter, and I remember sitting with one of my friends on like a couch, and we were watching everyone up at the front where people would go up and dance, and there was just like 10 really big bulky dudes with like past shoulder length hair, some down to like waist length hair, like a couple of whom I was good friends with, and they're all just like moshing their hair up and down. And then my friend Nick has like very short curly hair, and he was just like dad dancing in between them, and it was so much fun. And he's a big metalhead, like he was very much in place, but he looked, if you saw him, you're like, this man is in completely the wrong building. Like he just walked into the wrong pub. It was very funny, just like doing a little dad dance amongst all the heavy metal moshers. Mullets and shag doos. Yeah, I've never had like very long hair. I had like, when I was like 18, I had slightly longer hair, but it wasn't what you would call long. I really want to get rid of these. When these guys start like making all the butterflies, they are a nightmare. Let's kill this thing. I gotta remember to use my call more often, because I think it resets between rooms anyway. I could be wrong about that, but I think it resets every time you go to a different room. You used to have thigh length hair. That's very powerful. Hair in general is good. Any kind of distinct hair I'm always a big fan of. Long hair, short hair, shaved hair is great. Like, you want to do cool stuff with your hair, I'm all in favor of it, whatever it happens to be. Quick spin, your spin attack charges up and recovers faster. Hold special for up to 200% base damage. That might actually be kind of cool. Minimum range reduced. What does that mean? What does minimum range reduced mean? I didn't realize there was a minimum range. Or your special deals plus 50% damage with 50%. Holding the special, I feel like I'm not having a ton of options. I've used this before, and I feel like I didn't have that many chances to hold the special and charge it up. You cut it and stopped having as many migraines. I suppose, yeah, when it's that long, it probably is quite heavy. Debating going red or shaving it entirely. Yeah, whatever takes your fancy, I guess. It's difficult. Like I haven't done anything too dramatic with my hair, really, in ever, but nothing like particularly dramatic in a while. But yeah, I think it's good fun. I'm very much in favour of it. Sometimes I'll think about it, but like I never have the like the true desire to commit to it. But I certainly wouldn't be opposed to it. So if I had a good reason to do it. Yes. Who's stun locked now, eh?
Let's call it even.
Okay. Took a little bit of damage there, but it wasn't too bad.
Should come in handy.
You want to chop yours off on a daily basis in quarantine? Yeah, I think a few people have felt that. Yeah, there you go. So you see when that filled up, and again here, this one down the bottom, just zoops back over to us, which is cool. I don't see any more ornate jars, which ornate jars are going to be the ones that have money in them. Okay. Looks like we just have the one door here. Whew.
Splitters.
I don't like the sound of splitters. Enemies that split are a nightmare if that's what they do. Oh, I got hit by that trap. I should not have gotten hit by that trap.
Damn, he's recovered.
I think I let one of them come back. That's fine, it happens. See that arrow coming in, I just don't want to get hit by it. Okay. Shaved up really far on both sides and the back. Strong, very strong.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Hold cast a fire in rapid succession. That's okay. I think maybe I'll make our special faster, given that we're using our special more. That's okay. I mean, it's 10%. It's not going to be like, it's not going to be one of those things where you instantly go, oh yeah, that's way faster. But it could be the difference between life and death. Okay, Ares, or if we could get Doom, that would be really cool. Because we're hitting a lot of enemies with our special, and Doom basically, after a short delay, does a bunch of damage. Oh gosh, this thing killed us last time, but we've got Festive Fog to try and like mitigate some of the I think that we can mitigate some of the butterflies with Festive Fog because it's a big AoE. I don't know if these guys come in and then will spawn into real people. I presume they would turn into real people if we haven't dealt with them. I don't know if I should deal with the enemies first or the boss first, I guess is the thing. Also, I keep using my attack instead of my special. Let's get this guy killed. Whew, we did it.
Butterflies. Ugh.
Always been a big fan of the half shave. I love a half shave. Yeah. The side shave, the undercut shave, very good.
Olympus,
I feel like it got very popular, and then some people were like, oh, it's too popular now, it's not interesting, but I think it still looks really good. Okay. After Death Defiance, deal more damage. Blade Rift deals damage in a wider area. That'd be great. And it's called Black Metal, which is cool. Or lasts longer and pulls foes in, which is kind of funky. It's not much longer. Wider area sounds kind of nice. I feel like I'm often not quite hitting enemies. So I think this might be better because, I guess this pulls foes in, so maybe that kind of functions similarly. But I'll go with the area of effect. Yeah, it's definitely bigger. Okay, money or a pom? I think maybe money, because maybe we'll be able to buy a health upgrade, which would be nice. Oh, there's a shop in here. I saw a shop and I was like, oh, it must be safe in here because there's a shop. But it's definitely not safe. Just backstab this chariot in the side. Keeping these guys stunned is nice, because these guys are very dangerous if they start attacking you.
Next up.
Make sure we kill them all. Yes, that's that. That chain is so good. It really is. The special chaining between them. That's one of those things where, like, I don't feel too confident knowing, like, oh, how should I aim this? But it doesn't seem to matter because it chains automatically. So you just sort of aim at one of them and it hits them all. Okay. We've got tons of cash. Enemies have a chance to drop health items. That sounds great. I guess given that we have so much money, I'll take everything. Because there's a good chance that if you have 275, that's enough to buy a heart and a boon in a shop. So you're pretty well off at that point. Darkness is not as useful to us right now. I'm actually going to go for the gems because we don't have as much to spend darkness on. So I think the gems are probably the way to go. Yeah, people definitely did see that a lot. The shave. The side shave. It definitely became very, very popular. But again, it became popular because it looks good, right? I think it's one of those. I'm taking a lot of... I think these guys are arrowing me, and I still haven't quite gotten used to the way... the way archers work. Okay, there we go. There's the first Death Defiance prop.
No, you don't.
Okay, we need to kill these casters as quickly as possible before they cause us a real problem. Those crits are proccing well. The crits are serving us very well. When we call back the blade, we have that chance for a crit. I could use my call here, but I want to actually check that it drains. There you go. See, it drains at the end of the fight. So, noted.
Mine now.
10 gems, pretty solid. See, interesting. That is more than we got, but I think it was because it was a harder encounter. When we did gems on a smaller encounter, we only got 5 gems. Okay, we got another trove here. We could do 50 darkness. I feel like at this point, again, like I'm not desperate for darkness right now, and if it was money, I would probably consider doing it. But we're getting quite far into the run. This is about as far as we've ever gotten, and so I don't want to jeopardize it unnecessarily going for. So again, spend your call every room if you have it, right? Otherwise, it's just going to go away. Obviously, if you can get the greater call, it's more beneficial, but a lot of the time,
5 seconds.
like, you get slightly more time on a greater call than you do on 4 small ones. But when you're doing regular enemy fights, oh, look at that hail. Perfect. Oh, that must be the chance to drop health items. When you're doing a regular fight, oftentimes the greater call will last too long, like, and you'll have already killed the enemies and you're just wasting it. So, and I don't think there's a way to only use one segment. Once it's full, if it's not full, you will only use one segment each time. but once it's full, you have to do the greater, which is not a bad thing, but it's just sometimes that's more than you need. Definitely want to go to the shop here. I like you, Dionysus, but we got a lot of cash. A lot of normies ended up with shaved heads, which makes it more difficult to find your people. Yeah, I can appreciate that. What's up, my buddy? What's up? Okay, you don't actually want to talk. You just want to moan at me, which, you know, understandable. We can afford everything here, so I'm just going to buy everything. I'm going to buy this first, because then we might be able to upgrade it with our POM. Heart rewards and mirth more. That seems pretty good at this point. I don't feel too strongly about either of the other of these, so it's only chamber rewards, to be clear. Like it says, oops, where is it? Any heart chamber rewards. Oh right, it's not life. Okay, I didn't actually notice this. The heart, if it has a, is there a good example of it? So healing is like a heart with little pluses by it. The heart with the arrow by it is life gain. So this is like if we buy a life gain item, we'll get more out of it, which is actually like makes it a better perk, I think, than just more healing.
I'll take this one.
We could upgrade our Festive Fog. We could upgrade the Dying Lament, which I do like quite a bit, or we could upgrade Black Metal. I'm going to upgrade the Dying Lament. I like that. And we'll also heal.
Hit the spot.
Perfect. Okay. Ooh, and we've got a... I don't know what this is, but it's a pretty fun little tonic. Okay, what's going on here?
The magnificently ominous facade of the Great Elysian Stadium looms tall above the rabble-rousing prince, as if to goad him into such a competition which he cannot hope to win.
Cheers for the vote of confidence, old man.
I like everyone's just hanging out here. They're all just like chilling. All these like swords stuck into the ground or something. I don't know what they're I don't know quite what they're meant to be, but they're pretty cool. I guess we'll just go onwards. I just want to see if there's anything over here. Doesn't seem like it. Catch you later, Karen. Have a nice day. Yeah, there are a lot of people who think they should be Vikings. You're definitely right. It's a bit strange, especially if you're not actually Scandinavian, or you know, in some form of Viking descent.
Oh wow.
Oh right, yes, we did do this, right? We ran into Asterius before. Oh right, we're fighting two at once.
The only other foe whom I've ever faced who bested me.
Okay.
Hold, fiend.
Hello,
You
Theseus.
walk not one more step toward the light of day, so long as I am here.
Theseus, no way. You two are legends. I'd be honored if we had a sporting contest here.
Oh, we got crowds watching as well.
A naked attempt to sway me from my convictions. Defend yourself, you blackguard, and may the gods show you some mercy, for
That's
I
it.
shall not.
I would not have read that as blackguard, but I do like blackguard. Okay, Theseus and the Minotaur together. Oh, he's got blocks, this boy. Now remember, the Minotaur just chases you around relentlessly, which, you know, makes sense. He's a bull. Oh man, those crowds are upset. Give me my cards back. Oh, here he comes. Oh, he's so fast. I think, yeah, Theseus is like shooting at us, so we have to keep an eye on that while we're avoiding the Minotaur. I do like that they're like buddies. You and he were buddies. I feel like I'm splitting my damage, which is maybe not the best way to do this, but I guess that's just the nature of my build, is that it hits both of them, so I shouldn't complain too much. It's kind of inevitable. Like, my build is a build that chains between enemies. Just run in circles. I wonder if you can get them to hit each other. Probably not, but that would be cool. Almost at greater call. I'm waiting for the greater call on this one just because. Although I don't know if it's actually best or not, because how long can I stand next to them? I guess time will tell, because I'm going to wait for it. Okay, here we go. Oh, one of them's... I should have waited until they weren't immune. I just should have got behind cover for that. When you see the thing over your head, you've got to get behind cover. There you go. The blade rifts are doing well for us, for sure.
They love us, Asterius.
Oh, there's my other Death Defiance. Last chance. Where's the Minotaur gone? Okay. We're taking a lot of... Oh, wow, he hits hard. That was like 20 damage. Hi, Kyle. Damn. They were very, very high sustain. I feel like we did okay there. But, sadly not well enough.
Oh, that ball hits rather hard.
He does hit hard, wow. Yeah, you can't... Kyle just turning up in time to see me die. Ooh.
Wow, I can't believe you took on the Minotaur. No way! No wonder you're back here. Everyone knows that he's unstoppable, especially me. Hey, next you run into him, could you get his autograph for me?
Thanks, Hypnos.
No.
Absolutely not. That was a good fight. Yeah, they were just they were very tanky. Very tanky indeed. Hey Orpheus, how's it going?
Oh, hello, Zagreus. I was just wondering if you had ever heard of any other court musicians who had lost the will to sing. Your father's asked me to explain myself, and honestly, it has been rather difficult.
Listen, we will go through that.
If it's any consolation, mate, I'm certain every single undead court musician serving in the throne room of the god of the dead has been through everything you're going through.
Lovely words, Zagreus. Alright, let's renovate. I want to upgrade this. This is what I was waiting for. We could also give the house contractor a break, which, again, one of my favourite prompts there. An object that unlocks something you could not do without it. They're like, we're not going to tell you what this does, but we want you need it to do other stuff. I'm going to buy this first. These greater urns of wealth, because that means more money.
Alright. If this isn't a good expenditure of resources, then I don't know what is.
Oh, be still.
And, I'm going to give the house contractor a break.
Work approved. You've done so much for us, house contractor. Why don't you do a little something for yourself?
Look at that.
If that mess of a table enhances the contractor's productivity, then so be it.
Okay, so we now got Darker Thirst. So when we get Dark Thirst, which is the randomly one of your weapons will have Dark Thirst, which means if you use that weapon, you get bonus darkness. You also get bonus gemstones. Great. Claiming a gemstone chamber also gives you 20 gold. Claiming a nectar chamber also gives you a pomegranate level. Oh, it's a random one. Okay, so you don't get to pick it, but you'll get a random boon. That's still cool though. Claiming a key thing gives you a fated authority, a chance to randomly alter the reward for the nectar chamber. That's interesting. I don't know quite what that ascertained, but these are all diamond upgrades, so they're a way off getting. Darkness, pitch black. You get health. You get a health upgrade if you get darkness. That's actually kind of interesting because sometimes, you know, if you only have the choice of a darkness chamber, presumably eventually it will run out of ways to spend darkness, so that will still make them worthwhile. And the vanquishers keep awards gemstones after vanquishing underworld bosses. Cool. Very cool. How's it going, Dad?
She is gone, boy. She is gone. You are never going to locate her. I thought you would have come to that conclusion for yourself by now. But apparently it must be said.
You mean Mother? How would you even know? You said reaching the surface was impossible as well, and I'm in striking distance.
Yeah, see, that's cool that he's like, they react to the fact that I've gotten near the end of a run. Or I presume there's I think there's only 3 worlds, and then I still don't really know, even though I've watched people beat the game, because I have been trying not to pay too much close attention to it, but I think after the 3rd world there's like a final boss zone that you go into where you do a few different things.
This is my final warning to you, boy. To cease this mindless quest. Or else the consequences shall be worse than what you have experienced thus far.
Sorry, Father. I'm not afraid of you.
Hey, buddy.
Always feel better talking to you, boy.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Zagreus. Zagreus.
The hellish watchdog snarls at the listless shades crowding about the court.
See you, boy.
Yeah, I kind of wish you could toss him a bone, but I suppose that
Must have missed Achilles.
don't want to overfeed him. Okay, no one around. Oh, Meg and Nyx are here. Interesting.
We each have our commitments to this house, Megara. There is no shame in yours. And whilst your sisters are away, you bear their burden of responsibility as well.
I understand. It's just... Am I supposed to keep pretending nothing's changed? This house is cracking at the seams, and no one's going to admit it?
The house shall stand eternally. Although in what condition, it is ours to decide. Our obligation is to keep the house in order.
Just standing next to them, just like... Should I interrupt?
You're right, of course you're right. I'll do my best. I'll do my best for both our sakes, Nyx.
Aww.
What was that about?
I think I hear Dusa. I want to go speak to Dusa. I love Dusa. Dusa's adorable.
I hope you're having a nice stay. Even though you don't want to live here anymore, Your Highness.
And there she goes again.
I love that she just pieces out like straight up. She's like, bye. I'm ascending. It's so good. Okay, we could actually I was going to say we could exchange stuff for keys, but we don't actually have enough stuff to exchange. We could exchange our keys for nectar, but I don't want to do that because I need more keys. I have a thirst for keys. But we'll go through to our bedroom. Yeah, Dusa is the cutest. She's adorable. I love how she panics every time we talk to her. Very relatable. Oh, I've completed 3-headed boy. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's an achievement. Every time I open this game, I don't know, this doesn't really speak to anything particular, but every time I open this game, I go to open the Xbox app for Game Pass, and then I'm like, oh right, no, I have it on the Epic Store. I just always forget about the Epic Store. I think it's because they're both the store that's not Steam, and they look kind of similar. And the Xbox app opens by default on my computer most of the time, whereas I only open the Epic Store when I want to use it. I just don't think there's anything else to do with the mirror at the moment, so I will just I guess I'll buy some more of this, even though I'm not too strong on it. Why not? We got to do something with this darkness. I may as well get the upgrade. 40% damage is nothing to sniff at, right? Imagine having 40... If we had 40% damage against that boss, and granted we wouldn't have been able to because our casts weren't something that went inside a person. But we'd have got a lot for that.
The fates have planned for me.
Okay. So we get 1,000 darkness, presumably when we beat the game. That's a lot of darkness. That's a big old prize. If you meet everyone, you get 10 keys. That's great. I'd love to have 10 keys. So it's kind of cool. Like, I guess if you were really good at the game, you could get a load of unlocks really quickly. And then this is just using all of the stuff. So we still don't have one of the infernal arms. You get a lot of stuff for doing some of these. This is definitely one of those things, like, I will want to do all of these. I want to... and I like that they incentivize you at least trying out all of the upgrades at least once, even if some of them maybe be like, I don't think there's upgrades for me, but I guess I'll try it because, you know, I get a bonus for it.
Let me give you a piece of advice, boyo. You run across a guy like me out there, you just give him a good stab right in the back without a second thought before he sends you crying back to Papa.
Noted.
I'll keep that in mind, mate.
I will keep that in mind indeed. Okay, what do we want to use? I guess maybe the fists. We didn't get very far with the fists on our first attempt.
Mouth on the twin fists.
They felt pretty good, and then I think we got to Meg, and I died to Meg because I was not used to. It was the first time I'd played since getting back from Christmas, I think, or like from the Christmas break, and so I hadn't played for a couple of weeks. And is that different? That's just 40 damage, whereas the normal one is 60 damage. But if you just want to finish someone off quickly, it's 25 damage instead of the standard, which is like the punches are 15 each. This does 25, and then goes straight into the attacks. Feeling good about that. We'll check these, but I think we're... Oh, I don't want to use. I want to use the. Just want to inspect this. There we go.
Let's see here.
Automatically restore 75 health now. Okay, well, that's good. I guess we'll just keep doing this for now. I'm happy to keep upgrading this. I don't feel too strongly about any of these other... Like, very low health is cool, but not something I want to rely on. More items to the Well of Sharon from Karen's Well are okay, but I don't really... I've not been buying... I guess the thing is I've been buying the one where it's like, oh, this heals you for 4 rooms, and if it healed me for 7 rooms or 8 rooms, that would be pretty strong. And this, honestly, like, it's not too bad. You only take a little bit more damage from the back, and 20% less damage is pretty good. And I guess in theory, you mostly are going to be facing enemies that hit you, and even if you don't, it's probably balances out anyway. So it's probably not actually too bad. That was me trying to... That was not me wanting to equip it. That was me pressing A instead of B because I thought it was B because I've been playing so much Monster Hunter Rise on the Switch.
Bye, everyone.
Which normally, like I said, I don't normally have problems with that, with adapting between the different controllers and the flipped buttons. But for some reason, playing Monster Hunter a bunch has broken my brain.
As ever, Zag. Now you keep at it like you have been, and I bet we'll all be hanging out up here in no time flat. I'm with you all the way.
I retweeted a video someone made of Dionysus the other day, which is fantastic. Okay, Drunken Strike, your attack inflicts hangover. Hangover is very good. Special inflicts hangover. I mean, you can stack hangover, and our attacks... Bop, 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 bop. Right, and if you stack it, I think our attack hits 5 times, right? It's 15 damage and it goes up to 75. So it's 5 hits, which is as many times as you can stack it. So then they'd be taking 5 times the damage. So 20 damage, basically 8 times, which is a ton of damage, like 160 damage. Because it lasts for 4 seconds. That sounds really good. I think this applies like 3 stacks of it, but it's less damage. I'm going to try this Drunken Strike. It seems like it would be really good for the fists. See, look at that. Just dealing 20 damage a second. Or 20 damage every half a second. So just like 40 DPS for 4 seconds. Once you've done a flurry on them. That's incredible. That seems really good with the fists. Just leave it to die. You just leave enemies. I just dashed onto that and took 5 damage because I wanted to practice the enemy dying on its own. But you know, hey, point proven. I don't need to keep doing it. That's really, really good. Dionysus is absolutely coming through for us already. I was going to say we should go and see him again, but I do like the hammer, and I want to see what hammer upgrades we can get for the fist.
You want to die again?
Okay, that was my own fault. I hit him and dashed away, and I was like, I can go back in and get another hit, even though there was an exploding thing. Let's get that money before I forget. Okay, long knuckle. Your attack deals 5 base damage for each consecutive hit to a foe. I wonder how that holds special for longer range. I kind of want to try this concentrated knuckle. More range is nice as well. 10% is 15, so like an extra 1.5 damage a hit, unless we stack it up with something else. That's not going to matter too much, although long range could be nice. But each consecutive hit, so we're going to do like, I wonder how that works. I wonder if it's you deal 15, then 20, then 25, then 30, then 35, because that does up the damage by a fair whack.
That's it.
I'm going to try it anyway and see. We're in the discovery phase, you know, we're learning what does what. And I love discovering. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, don't need to not get hit by those, but that's really good. See, this is the problem now. We only have 50 health. We're a little bit fragile at the start of a run. Looks like we're going to get Zeus. Zeus is okay. I like Zeus. I haven't actually felt too strongly about Zeus's upgrades so far, but I'm ready to be sold on them.
Lord Uncle Zeus.
Exactly. Discovery is the spice of life.
Call upon me then and there, all right? I'll personally see to it that you'll be escorted up to Olympus and your quest shall be complete.
I mean, are we escaping to go to Olympus? I don't know if that's why we're leaving. I feel like that's not really why we're leaving. Casts a burst of chain lightning that bounces between foes. That sounds nice. Nice to have some like ranged AoE. That could be pretty good. Or your dash causes a lightning bolt to strike nearby foes. Also pretty okay. Let's try this electric shot. I guess we're not really going to be able to see it in action until we go fight someone, but okay, it does seem like it stops the thing from being stuck in people, so that kind of and yeah, they do a lot. Dealing with the projectiles is a lot of trouble. But that feels okay. Feels okay. We'll restore the health, I think. 24. Yeah, we've not got enough money to worry about the money we have, so we will do that. Move speed would be nice. It's only 10 gold. We will miss it once it's gone, but it will help us get in close for some of these early encounters. Which I think closing the distance is obviously the big thing with these weapons, with this. With the fists, because they're so short range.
Hey lads.
It's okay. Basically, we want to be making sure we're applying our stacks. So if we just keep going between them, we're going to max out our DPS by easy, lovely. For single targets like that, these fists are incredible, which I know I died to Meg last time, but that's because I think that was more just because I'd kind of forgotten how to fight Meg.
Zeus, he must have blessed you with his lightning bolts, did he? Always looking out for everyone.
I gotta say, I love your is that a scarf or is that like a ruff on your collar? It's fantastic. Your special is stronger. I feel like I've not used the special that much. Dash strike we've used a little bit, or the call with the critical damage. I do like that call. It's pretty nice. Single target call, which is nice for bosses. I guess it fires 10 arrows, so they don't all have to target a single enemy. I don't know quite how that will work. Dash strike doing more damage is okay, but I feel like we're focusing on the pummels rather than the dash strike at the moment. I'm gonna try this and see how it goes. Maybe we'll find out if it targets different enemies. Yeah, Artemis showing up immediately.
Keep it up.
Okay.
Shiny.
Good amount of money. Good amount of cashola. Don't really need a ton of darkness right now. Let's go to the shop. We'll probably get a boon, if nothing else, or a health upgrade. I would consider either.
Sounds like Kieran's breathing up ahead.
But not the music. That's not the thing you noticed. Ooh, we got Artemis. I think I'm going to go with Artemis here, out of the two. I found her boons to be more compelling. After you deal critical damage to a foe near it is marked. I mean, we don't have any critical chance at the moment, I don't think. Which is a shame. Because... at least I don't think we have any critical chance. I don't know if there's a way to see that, but I think our base critical chance is 0. I don't think you start with any critical chance. The only thing that has it is this. And I guess it would be good for that. Because it would give him a 30% chance to crit on an enemy that you've done, so you could really like pummel an enemy down. Or we can have the cast. If you cast or hit with an attack or special, fire a seeking arrow. So after you do anything, basically. And that's 10 damage an arrow, which if you consider how much we're punching, that could actually be really good. So I'm going to try that out. I was very close to getting the critical thing and just seeing if we could get more crit, but I think because we're using the pummel so much. Oh yeah, look at those. If we could get something that would detonate enemies, that would be great. Because I feel like we don't have a ton of AoE. Although I suppose our punches do hit multiple targets. They're not... See, my instinct is like when it's a punch, you only hit one enemy with a punch. But I guess like if there's multiple things standing in front of you, they all count. Our damage feels good though. Ooh, okay. We don't have any money, so money would be good. This also tends to give you money, but I don't remember if it gives you as much money. And I would probably take money over a heal, or it usually is a heal or darkness, which I think is why you get those 3 orbs. So I'm going to go for the money for now, because we've spent all our money. Yeah, see, it's not like a ton of damage, but it does add up. I mean, like, we're doing, like, each of our pummels is going to add 50 damage to someone, and because it's homing, it's going to just, you know, if there's any small targets, hopefully it will clean them up without us having to worry about them too much. Oh, man, I can't believe I let him hit me. That was very silly. I just, like, slightly moved off him and gave him the chance to give me a whack, which is unfortunate. Kind of mistakes you don't want to be making. Perfect. That felt really good. And we got a key. We only need one more key, and we'll probably have enough gems that if we don't get another key, we can at least buy it, and then we can try the new weapon and move on with, well, not move on with our lives, but we'll have all the weapons then, and I think maybe then we'll be able to use Titan Blood to do whatever the Titan Blood does. The next boon you find has upgraded rarity. That does sound kind of cool. I'm going to take the heal. This does sound good. What was in the next room? A shop. I feel like we have 126. We might be able to buy a health upgrade if there is one. I'm gonna keep the money for the health upgrade if we can get it. No promises. No promises indeed. We could buy a key. I guess we'll buy a key. See, if I hadn't bought the health, then but if I hadn't bought the health, we'd be going into the Artemis fight with... Oh, hang on, there's money in here. Oh, it's not enough, is it? Why is there not one more pot? Karen, please. We're good friends, buddy. We're good friends. Just 4 gold off. I'll give it back to you later. The next thing I buy, I'll pay 4 more gold for it. I promise. You have my word. My guy, my dude. Ah, you're gonna do me like this. You're really gonna do me like this, guy. Okay, alright. Okay, fine. I'll take your blasted key. Alright, but I feel better going into this fight. Honestly, I'd rather have the health going into this fight than have, like, no perks. And even so, even if we die, we've got the keys. We'll be able to get the upgrade. Hello? Wait, hang on.
Oh, finally. I've been waiting for this. Really.
You must be one of Megara's lovely sisters. I don't believe we've had the pleasure. Waiting for what, exactly?
So sick of, you know, doing my regular job, uninterrupted, not having to clean up Meg's messes.
Alecto, the Tormentor of Passions. That is a fantastic title. I'm very jealous of that title.
I get the
Tag yourself.
Off on the wrong foot.
I'm the Tormentor of Passions.
Anyway, I always wanted to kill a god. You'll have to do.
I like her. I like her. This family seemed pretty good. She's got a lot of traps in her room. Alright, okay, she's doing AoE. Oh, she's got rage. Oh, she's doing a lot of damage there. I'm gonna hopefully get my greater call. We'll see. If I'm really low on health, then maybe I'll use it. Oh, I guess I've got Death Defiance. I don't need to worry too much. I'll try not to die, but we do have Death Defiance if it comes to it. Okay, her things are a lot slower than Meg, so they're not too bad. But she is charging up... Oh, she charged up Rage when she does that. So you kind of want to get in and hit her. Oh, man. I went straight into that. I think she maybe... Did she block that with the Impervious? That's filthy if she did. Also, I'm getting hit by so many of those. Oh, I'm Death Defying again. I've got to be so careful. Her blade dance is dangerous. Okay, we got her. Artemis came through. Ugh. That almost killed me. That almost killed me.
I don't like her very much.
I do like her, but I don't know if I like that fight. I do... Actually, no, that's not true. I do like that fight. I just wasn't very good at it. But we'll get there. And that's our first Tartarus with the Twin Fists. Because we did die to Meg last time. So we've not beaten Meg with the fists yet. Have to save that for another day.
Go on and try.
Thanks very much.
My keepsakes.
Oh, hang on, wait. Did we... we've used our thing, haven't we? So I should swap out my keepsake for... Given that we don't have any health, I'm actually just going to take... I know we've already maxed upgraded it, but I'm just going to take the spiked collar and have more health. I guess I'll restore my 1 health that's missing. Shop.
Bad time to be a little
Oh, we could replenish a Death Defiance. I don't think I'll want to sell anything, but we'll have a look. No, I'm really liking... Those are all pretty essential to our build. Bit of treasure wouldn't hurt. Chaos Gate could be interesting, certainly. It's a big way to gamble. Do we want to do some gambling? Did I get a win? I have not had yet. No. So we made it to the 3rd world boss. Oh, that's where you came in, right? We died on the 3rd world boss just as you came in. I've not won the game yet. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna take a chaos gate, which is, I just need to remember because I go in it, because last time I didn't. This is a bit of a gamble because chaos gates do cost health, and at least they tell you that when you're buying the thing. But I feel like this run is decent, but it needs a little something.
Getting warmer.
Oh man, we can't. Oh, I guess we. So this is interesting. So there's a palm of power ahead and nothing else, right? So.
Hit me.
Hit me with your best shot, and we get 3 of the health back as well, so that's not too bad.
You move in darkness, practically unseen, son of Hades. It is quite difficult even for me to sense your presence at times. The Olympians catch their glimpses now and then, but you are always in a shroud. Thus is the influence of Nyx.
Okay, for the next 4 encounters you cannot earn money. After that you gain 38 health. For the next 5 chambers, reward previews are hidden. Afterwards your attack deals 34% damage. Each time you attack, get hit for 5 health. We'd be dead in about 3 seconds. I'd love to buff my attack damage. I kind of like the health. I feel like our damage is not bad. I like the idea of this because I don't really care what we get too much. Like, I am picking, you know, I'm putting some thought into which chambers we go into, but I wouldn't mind just seeing what we get. I guess the only problem is we might run into a shop when we have no money, but if it happens, it happens. I will say that's a pretty big penalty for like 34% attack damage. Like, that's not that much attack damage. I mean, it's good, but it's not like amazing.
Show yourselves.
I think you have to wait for those enemies to tire themselves out. What is that fog?
That's what you get.
Okay, well, we made it. Just about. It was a little bit messy. Okay. Oh, right. I was like, oh, there's a chaos gate through that door, but that's just the thing that we don't know which way we're going. Let's find out. It'll be an adventure. I do love the arrows and the thing is like such a nice little combination of things. I also like that this weapon, even though it's, I guess because it's so fast attacking, you don't have to do anything, you just hold the button down. Whereas most of the weapons you have to bat on the button. Okay, every damage you deal has a chance to be critical. Well, we don't have the critical buff anymore. Supposed to take damage when your bloodstone is dislodged. Your dash strike deals more damage. I am hitting with the dash strike quite a lot. That wouldn't be too bad. Crit damage is okay. I mean, it's 300% damage, but none of our attacks are big hitters, so it's not like a huge thing. We do hit a lot, so we're going to get occasional crits, but some of our attacks do like 15 damage, and that's okay to triple, but it's not the biggest deal. I feel like more of our damage is coming out of the hangover than anything. Like, this is one of those builds where the damage comes from the hangover and the arrows, like the combination of things, so it's not a single damage source. So buffing the damage is less good, which then, you know, maybe you say, well, why did you take an attack, chaos boon that buffs attack damage? But our attack damage is still okay. It's still probably one of our main sources of damage. It's just, you know, it's not doing all the work. Oh gosh, right, yeah, being frozen, that's bad. Ah! That's a nasty combination. We didn't have a lot of health to work with there. Getting frozen and then getting slammed on.
Ah, that blasted giant.
Rough
golden
run.
head.
Rough run. Ooh, hello.
You look like someone who just got turned to stone, then crushed to a bloody pulp by the Megagorgon of Asphodel. Am I right? Oh, look, I'm sorry to hear that. And before you ask, I won't tell Dusa. Don't you worry about that.
That's very reassuring.
I mean, to be fair, we did beat a new boss, so. Cerberus! Where is he?
Welcome home, boy. You're late for dinner. Or breakfast, or whatever blasted meal's next.
There's something about him that reminds me of Paul Darrow in Contradiction. The slow, drawling voice. I wouldn't touch anything that's had Artemis's fingers in it.
That's all right, Father. I'm not feeling very hungry at the moment.
I've asked repeatedly for the construction of a sundial, but every time they tell me no. Can you believe it? Your impertinence with me inspires all.
Yeah, I don't know if sundials work down here. Yeah, where did Orpheus go? Where's everyone gone? Why is no one around? Achilles? Okay, at least you're here.
Keep at it, lad. I've known great men throughout my life, and I can always tell when someone's better than their circumstances. Fight like I'd fight out there.
I'll give them hell as you once did, Achilles. Though doubtless many of the shades who stand against me first arrived in Tartarus because of you.
You did kill a lot of people. Okay. Here.
I trust that the mirror in your bedchamber has proved satisfactory, dear child.
Yeah, you put that there.
Better than I could have possibly imagined, Nyx. You mentioned there was something more that it could do once I had grown accustomed. I think I'm ready for that now.
I think you are as well.
Yeah.
Then it shall be as you wish.
Whoa. I love the those like brooches on the top of her dress, like the little shocked faces. That one in the top, just like ooh, with all the darkness popping out of it. It's very good.
Thank you.
Mirror empowered, new talents available. Ooh, hello.
Go away.
Meg, come on, Meg, don't be like that.
It's embarrassing enough having returned here, much less to be seen talking to you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Meg. Look, I don't want any animosity between us.
Hey, that sounds
But you know,
there.
sometimes people need their own space. So, oh, these things get expensive, huh? These things get expensive. But I suppose that makes sense, right? Because you're going to get better at the game, you're going to get further through it.
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
Wow. I mean, you were dead a minute ago, so... Right, I guess let's see what the mirror does.
The mirror's grown in power.
Ooh, the mirror's grown in power. Okay. Can we reset stuff? Reset talents. Okay, one key you can reset. Reclaim any... So you can get all your stuff back and re-spend it. That's kind of cool. And then... Do these do something? Oh, huh, okay. So there's different different talents. So fiery presence instead of shadow presence. But you have to re-upgrade these. Okay, so this is the thing. So we could spend a key, get all of our upgrades back, and do something else. So this one increases your damage against, and it's 15 per rank. So if it had 5 ranks, then that's what, like 75%. So if you have a single like strong hit, I feel like none of the weapons in this game, and maybe the gun is that, but none of the weapons feel like there is like one big hit. They're all kind of multi-hit weapons. Okay, we got Chthonic Vitality goes to Dark Regeneration, restores 30% of your collected darkness when you get hearts back. That'll be interesting to try and see if you earn more health back than 3 hearts per chamber. Death Defiance, swap to Stubborn Defiance. Restore 30% instead of dying when your life has been one time, but that sounds really good. So instead of restoring 50% once, you restore 30%, but you get it back every chamber. That sounds amazing. And it's 600, so we can't really afford it right now. I think even if we reclaimed all of our, I don't know if this tells you how much you would have gotten, but I don't think we'd be able to spend enough to get it. But that does seem pretty good. Like 30% is a fair whack less health, but getting it back every level seems pretty potent. 1 additional dash in quick succession, or 50% damage and dodge chance for a sec when you dash just before getting hit. 50. Oh wow, that's really cool. That's like a high skill thing. So you only have the 1 dodge instead of 1 dash instead of 2, but it's like a counter. So you dash and then you get it for 2 seconds. You get 50% bonus damage and 50% dodge chance. So I guess that just means, I think that means that any attack that would hit you, there's a 50% chance that it won't. So if you're really good at dodging, that seems like it could be incredible. But having 1 less dash could be a problem. Boiling Blood for Abyssal Blood, reduce move speed and damage of foes with bloodstone in them. That's cool. I feel like I'd rather do more damage than have them do less, have them do less damage, but it's okay. Or instead of getting more casts, regenerate. Oh, interesting. So you get it back instead of having to pick them up. But you only get, so you'd only have 1. I'm actually tempted to try that one out. If you regenerate them rather than having to pick them back up. That sounds kind of cool. I guess the thing with that is, I wonder how the bloodstones work here, whether the bloodstone stays stuck in them and then just when it comes out it just disappears. I'm tempted to try that one. The others I feel like we've already upgraded. Let's go get the gun first, and then maybe we'll look at those upgrades, because we do have another key. We could get our stuff back.
Pal, thanks again for that nectar bottle from before. Stuff just goes right through me like you won't believe. Though I hope you're not going around giving that stuff away to every bozo you know.
What, Skelly, you worry something bad is going to happen if I express a bit of generosity from time to time through our somewhat illicit gift-giving custom around here?
No, I'm worried you'll be wasting your time. If you give that stuff away, don't expect to get anything back. Well, not after the first time anyway. Usually. I'm just saying, don't get your hopes up.
Okay. Yeah, because you do get bonus. And I think some people talked about this. They said, this makes it sound like you should only ever give people 1 nectar. And it is worth giving them more because their affection goes up, but you don't get additional items. You just get the trinket the first time.
Maybe I just want to show thanks to my friends for its own sake.
Sure.
Okay, let's buy a gun.
Let's try it. Exogryph, the rail of adamant.
Oh, of course, Exogryph, the adamant rail.
Get anything good?
Okay, what are we doing here? Oh wow, okay, I'm gonna say I wasn't expecting it to be a mortar. Press right stick to reload. Okay, so we got 12 shots. Oh wait, no, never mind. That's not the regular fire. That's why I was like, wow, it's a mortar, but that's a specific. That's the secondary skill. Oh right, it's just a gun. Okay, there we go.
Have to reload first.
$10 damage a shot. Doesn't seem like it's a perfect reload. You just have to. You can reload on the fly, but you have to manually reload. See, that comes out faster. So you hit here after you dash, like the first couple of hits. It's like dum dum dum. It's a little bit faster than it would normally be. I wonder if it's worth like just dashing just to get the extra speed off. I mean, I guess it keeps you on the move anyway, right? It's interesting. No melee at all, and then you get this mortar fire, which is cool. Which deals 60 damage. Is it equal regardless of where you hit them? 60 damage, and then we get it like right here. Right? How is this going to hit him? This shouldn't hit him. Okay, it does. So it's kind of generous. I wonder how far away from him we can be and still hit him.
Back in one piece.
Were guns a big thing in Greek mythology? That's a good question. Okay, so you can be a little bit off. You can be about like yay much off and still hit. I feel like I'm trying to think of any of which of my buttons do stuff in this game. There are any buttons that don't do anything else? I mean, I guess the codex opens left. Maybe I should put that on. I'm just wondering if I should put reload on something that's not right click. I feel like right click's a weird one because you don't press. I don't use the right. Oh no, wait, I do. You aim with the right stick. I was like, you don't use the right stick in this game, but you absolutely do. Wait, no, you don't aim with the right stick. You aim with the left stick. What am I talking about? Okay, you don't use the right stick. So why is it on the right button and not on like the left button? Let me try that and see how that feels. I don't know if that will be better. Yeah, that feels like it would be better. Like I'm not someone who hits the left click accidentally. So I feel like having it on there. I mean, you could also put it on left bumper and not have the codex on left bumper. And I could put the codex on right bumper. Maybe that would work as well. What does left trigger do? Summon. I don't even know what summon is. That must be something we haven't encountered yet. Interesting. I know most people here haven't actually played Hades. I wonder if anyone has feelings on the Okay, that time I just pushed left bumper to see it to do it. I feel like having it on left click actually feels fine. I'll try that and see if it feels okay. Because I don't really like having to worry about the left bumper too much. And you can click the left stick pretty easily while you're running around. No active reload as far as I can tell. You couldn't see the reload timer at the bottom. But I feel like you're just going to reload anytime you're not shooting, like it's Call of Duty. Alright, I'm probably not going to do another run because it is late-ish, and who knows how long a run will go.
That definitely.
Oh, but we can claim 60 gems.
I have my ancient legendary weapons there.
So I guess we could go spend those gems. How much was the upgrade? Because we could get more mirror. That's 10. Okay, we don't really have enough to justify that.
Where's our court musician?
Let's do this upgrade. Bit more bit more health out of the underworld fountains. Always welcome. Okay, perfect.
Indeed.
Hades doing more business.
Laughable. Denied.
Aha! Get owned.
Anything good?
Ooh. You can buy a nectar for 10 gems. I should come in and check this limited time offer because it could be quite good. I'm going to buy a nectar for 10 gems.
I'll take that deal.
That's pretty good because, like, normally a nectar is 5 keys. A key is 10 gems, so that's 50 gems normally. And we get one for 10. And we could give one to Meg. We've already given one to Meg. I'm not going to give one to someone. Have we given one to Nyx? I don't think we have, right? You can see this in the... No, we haven't. Let's give one to Nyx. Nyx just upgraded our mirror. Let's give her a gift if we can. Can we? Maybe we can't actually do it. Oh, we can. Okay.
Nyx, you've done so much for me. I thought you might like this.
You know your father does not like it when nectar is doled out on the premises, dear child. However, I am not he, and I wished regardless to provide you a token of my affection.
I'm very grateful.
Black shawl. Thank you, Nyx. Very kind of you. We get a little bit of additional Nyx lore. She toils about the master's house and conducts such affairs that fail to reach his notice or gain his attention. And we also learned about Alecto. Each of the ancient Fury Sisters is preoccupied eternally with tormenting a certain swath of moral crime, and Alecto enjoys the broadest swath of all, those who during their mortal days committed wrongful acts at the behest of their impulsive passions. Beautiful. What a gig. What a gig. Okay, let's before we wrap up, because also I'm slightly worried that my internet's going to have a problem again, because it's been up and down all day. I'm going to try this soul thing. So let's reset our talents.
How about a new beginning?
510 darkness. So we could afford to buy this. I'm not going to do that because it's all of our money. I'm going to stick to what we have for now. But I am going to upgrade the Stygian Soul instead. I like Shadow Presence more than Fiery Presence, I think, at the moment. Likewise with this, I'd be interested to try the other one. It is more expensive, so I feel like these green perks are definitely... Seems like they're more advanced in general. We had the greater reflex. How much is this? 75. It's not actually too bad. It's tempting. I feel like I do double dash a fair bit, but I wouldn't necessarily miss it if I couldn't. Apart from in the Meg fight, maybe. I am definitely interested to try it. It sounds great. It sounds really good. And I guess the thing here is we only have one cast, but it will regenerate. It's 5 seconds, and if we rank it up, presumably it will go down to... Oh, it only goes down to 3 seconds? That's disappointing. That makes it less good, because I can only throw one every 3 seconds. Whereas, like, with the Festive Fog, I could throw... I mean, throwing one every 3 seconds is not bad, but I can't throw 2 at once, I guess. Although I feel like, because of the way that the auto-aim works, if I'm throwing 2, oftentimes they land a bit too close to each other, so maybe that's not bad. Maybe it'll save me from myself. Now, do I get the Ruthless Reflex, or do I get the Greater Reflex? Let's try it out. Let's try it out and see how we feel. And if I'm dying a bunch because I don't have 2 dashes, then it is what it is. Maybe I'll still buy the other one, and then we can switch between them while I have the stuff, and then we'll pump a bit more money back into Boiling Blood.
There.
But I think that's going to do us for today. We'll go on a gun run next time. I will change out my thing. Let's see what we've got. 10% damage, striking undamaged foes, also striking foes from behind. That's okay. That's fine. I guess we don't need to carry the tooth immediately. I actually do kind of like this. I'll take this to start with, and if we use up our Death Defiance, then we'll have the lucky tooth to fall back on. So look forward to that on the next one. We'll go check over here, see if there's any new dialogue. But he doesn't seem to say too much else.
Through all this.
Just a little comment. Maybe it'll tell us how far we've gotten, right? Although I think farthest chamber reached 37. Maybe that is the farthest we've actually gotten to. I still haven't ascertained. I've done no work on like how many chambers in is the boss. Like it feels like it's maybe like the mini boss is like 5 in, and then the main boss is 10 in, but that includes the shops. So I don't know if, but if it's 37, then it can't be 10 per, because we only made it to the end of world 3. I don't know. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. Thank you everyone for coming along. It's been a delight. We made it to our furthest run yet, and also we unlocked the final weapon ready for next time. We fought 2 new bosses, I guess. I mean, we fought the bull along with Theseus, and then also we fought what's her name? The sister, Alecto, the sister of Megara, who was pretty cool. Thank you everyone who came along. It was a pleasure to have you all here. And I'm still really enjoying Hades. We got 5 Titan blood now. I don't know what we do with it, but presumably now that we've got all the weapons, we'll find out, because Skelly was very much implying like, hey, I'll tell you what to do with the Titan blood when you've got all the weapons unlocked. And now we've got all the weapons unlocked. We probably have to use the gun at least once before he'll tell us, but I'm presuming we're going to find out fairly soon. So take care, have a good evening, stay safe, stay healthy, eat well, sleep well, all that good stuff, and look after yourselves, and I will catch you all on the next one. Cheers!